Okay, here we have Ari taking his first pose lesson. He's wearing his Vibram Five Finger Bikilas, and this is a video of him before any lesson in his five fingers. So let's just go see it in real time. Let's see what Ari does. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful Sunday in Central Park, as you can see. So let's just go over it again. What I see is hopping, hop, 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 hop. His cadence is pretty slow, and it's not bad. He's looks like he's kind of thinking about his landing. He's worried about the landing a little bit, so while he's not towing it, he's not landing on his toes. It doesn't look like his ankles are too relaxed. And definitely looks like that kind of hopping. So let's go check it out in slow-mo. Let's go check it out from the pose position. Oh, let me rewind it a tiny bit. Alright, so let's just go forward a tiny bit more. Alright, so he's basically, he's basically in pose position right now. His foot is almost under his bum, maybe another quarter of a frame and it'll be there. You can see his head's forward a little bit. He's kind of bent at the waist. You kind of see it's not, he wants to be a little bit straighter, a little bit taller. And we could probably see that up and down vertical oscillation motion that I was just talking about. Let's take it one frame back. So let's look at also, just pay attention to the level that his head is at. See if it bobs up and down or if it goes pretty straight. So he's going, and this is where the push-off occurs, when he's towing off, when he's pushing with this back leg. See that calf muscle? You can kind of see it right there. It might be a little bit blurry. That calf muscle is working, which means he's pushing off as opposed to pulling that foot right up off the ground. And boom, you can see his head right there. You can see his head pop up. This is down here, right? Boom, up, down, up in the next step. He's pushing off. Toes are last thing to leave the ground. He's midair. Look at how much height he gets on that stride. I'll go back. Just watch his head. Let's go back down. He's down here. Up, up, up. This is getting pretty high. It's a wasted effort. Definitely a wasted effort. Landing is not bad. There's no weight yet. So there's weight on his foot. His other leg is coming forward. So that's not bad. But what we can do for him is get rid of that vertical oscillation that he's doing. How do you help do that? Increase that cadence and work on pulling the foot as opposed to using that calf and pushing off the ground, because that push is going to lead to the vertical oscillation. Wasted effort. So here is after some lessons, after about an hour of lesson. He is he's running pretty fast. He's more or less sprinting in this video. Just so you know, these two fellows over here, they were wearing Vibrams too. Just pure coincidence. Pretty cool. So let's check it out in real time. Actually, let me just get the video in full frame. There we go. Alright, let's check it. Start it back over in real time. Let's see how he's doing. It's going pretty fast. Looks pretty good. One small thing that I see is that it looks like his left arm is pretty rigid. You can see it's not really moving on that left side. So his body is almost looks like his body is angled. Sorry about that. So relax the shoulders, relax the face, relax the ankles, and just relax. Alright, so let's go over that one more time. I'm going to pause it in the pose position. So he's concentrating a lot, so it's tough. So look at that lean. Look at that lean from the ankle. That's awesome. Back's nice and straight. Just make sure your torso isn't being twisted, because if your torso is twisted, your legs are going to be twisting. Wasted effort, not going to be as efficient. But he's basically in pose. The foot's almost under his bum. Another quarter of a frame again. Next frame, boom, it's like a blur. This man's flying, all right? So we can still see a little bit of that. That calf is going to be working, but let's see if we see that vertical oscillation a little bit. A little bit, you can see it, but not too bad. Relax that ankle, land on the ball of your foot. So there's no weight on his foot, right? It's touching the ground, but there's no weight yet. which is great because his back leg is already coming forward, and when he has weight on this foot, he wants his hips to be over the ball of that foot. Boom, he has weight. Hips are just behind. That's great. That's nobody's perfect, but that's really, really good. Next frame, boom, he's back in the pose position. He's got that great lean from the ankle, and he's ready to fall forward, not to push off with this leg. Let's not see him push off with that right leg, because if he pushes off with that right leg, boom, he's going to go zooming high. He's got a long extended leg. This leg foot hasn't come down yet. Boom, foot's come down. The leg, his right leg is already coming forward. His back stays nice and tall. Boom, back into pose position. So he's like one frame. That's awesome. I mean, when you're faster, when you're running a little bit faster, it's a little bit easier to have better form. But it's that it's really good, really good. Let's also see how high he's pulling. So let's see how high he pulls this foot up. You can see how high that just came up. And that's just from the lean. The lean dictates how high you're gonna go, how your cadence it's gonna dictate. It's great. So Ari, that's a really good job. Make sure you practice pulling that foot up off the ground. Right now, his priority is leaning forward, but pulling this right leg off the ground so he's not pushing it off to go forward. Let gravity do all the work, and it'll be super easy. Really great job. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on how Ari's doing.